Hello everyone, I just received these two phones from a repair shop. They are ready being apart. This phone here, the XS Max, and this iPhone 7 Plus. So let's start fixing the XS Max. This one here. To test the phone, you can use the minimum hardware. We don't need the back camera, the front camera, and other connector. All we need is the LCD and charge, the charging battery, and the power button. So let's plug the battery. Gonna push power button. Nothing. So there is no, the phone doesn't respond to the power button. Maybe it has no charge. So let's plug it to the charge. So I did see the first, like the phone is try to take some amps and go to 0 here, 42 and 0. So next we're going to test it with the external power supply. Yeah, set up it at 4 volt. And about like 2 amps. So we're gonna short this one, and it's going to show us the amps. It's a 1.4. It's good. Let's connect the battery. Look here. So when I connect the battery, the amps is jumped to the almost 0.7, and the voltage is dropped at the 3 volt. So when you see the amp jump and the voltage dropped, it means there is a short somewhere, and we should find that short. Let's figure out where is the short and try to fix it. Yeah, this is the stand that I made for the thermal camera, the flare one. This is a female, 2 male, USB-C. I connect it over there and connect the charger, and I'm gonna plug it to my phone. And now like I can move the board free, can check it and all that. Alright, I'm gonna plug the external power supply. Then we start watching for what spot is getting hot. Alright, you can see this area is getting hot. But as you see, that just the connector. I'm going to take the board apart, and we see if it is the short in the upper or lower layer. We cut this spot here. I'm going to put a screw here. Yeah, this screw is from the 2 screws that hold in the screen in the iPhone 6 Plus to 7 Plus. So we are waiting for the solders to melt. Yeah, don't pull it hard. Just at the first, just wiggle it to see if the board moving. If it's moving, telling you that the solder ball is melted and ready. Yeah, it's moving now. Just want to be sure everything is. Yeah. If you lift this thermal paste Here it will be a hard time for you to solder the two boards together again. Okay, I'm gonna connect just the upper layer board to the external power supply. Let me take the screw and see if there is a short here. No, the short is not here. So here the board is connected and the power supply is not taking, the board is not taking any amp. So definitely the short is not here. We're gonna need to start measuring some capacitors, the VCC capacitors, to see if there is any shortage. You see here the upper layer board, it doesn't look any water damage. Yeah, the hole looks okay. So the other side of the board. The lower half of the board here. So let's look to see if we can see anything that doesn't look right. Gonna need to clean up this to see the components under it. But let's look first here. Yeah, I don't see any water damage. Okay, I did see something here. Look how shiny the capacitor. This one here, all the capacitors, they look shiny. Look at this one. You see all these capacitors? They look shiny from the sides. This is just underfill covering that side. But this one here is look like this capacitor was under overheating. Let's measure it with the multimeter. There is a short here, and this is a strong short. So definitely we need to remove that capacitor. Okay, the capacitor, move it from there. So let's measure the place of the capacitor. So no short. Let's measure this capacitor. The capacitor shorted. There is a short in the capacitor. So this component is bad. We're gonna put now the board together and we'll test it. So we put the flux. Now I'm gonna try to solder the board without reballing it. See if I can. Alright, so let's wait for it to melt. Yeah, we put the board in the phone. Let's connect the external power supply. I'm gonna turn on the power supply. There is no surge, so let's push power button. We see the Apple logo. It's go on and off. So when you see something like this, don't go to the motherboard. So just increase the amps. Because you remember we were about like 1.4 or 1.5 amp. That's not enough for the boot. Because the iPhone XS is going to need the boot up to 2.5 amp. So let's watch the amp now. Here 1.5 now is over 1.5. That's why the phone was going off. And I did see 2 amps here. Here 2 amps. And the phone is on. The data is still on it. And touch screen works. So usually when you solder the two board together, this part of the board is this part of the board, it doesn't get together, so it's left a little gap here. So what do you do for that? And that gap is gonna cause the touch screen to don't work. You can hold it with the tweezer like this to hold it together, and use the hot air just in this spot. It's about like 320, just in this spot, and you're gonna see the board get together. After that should be the touch screen works fine. So this is just the thing that I want to add, because I didn't have that problem with this phone, to show you how to do it. If you do that and still don't have the touch screen work, or the baseband doesn't work, the niche work, you're gonna need to take the boards apart and reball them, put them together, and should be good to go. So this is all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, of course, and see you next one. So the screen works, the network works. The phone is charging.